And this Sunday we have a new moon in Cancer, so I'm here with an astrology update for the full new moon cycle, which is from this Sunday, June 21st, until July 19th. I'm going to talk about the collective planets and the personal planets, because right now we're kind of experiencing a collective awakening. So to set the stage for what's been happening and what is currently present, is Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto are all in retrograde. And Jupiter and Pluto are retrograde in Capricorn. Capricorn connects to the root chakra, so this is like the collective root structure. It's our rules, institutions, systematic things. So as Saturn's been retrograding in Capricorn, and even just been there in general, we've exposed this karmic debt at an institutional level. And no surprise, right? It's the oppression of our Black and Indigenous communities around the world. Because really, if we think about what was happening in the U.S., last time we were going through this collective experience was the Rodney King riots. So we had this brief taste of Saturn being in Aquarius, which is like a taste of revolution, especially when it's synced up with that Pluto being in Capricorn, which is transformation to our roots. So the last time that happened was the American Revolution. Okay, so we have this taste of Saturn being in Aquarius, and then July 1st, it's gonna go, because it's retrograding, so it appears to be moving back, it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn. So then we'll have all of these outer planets aligned in Capricorn. Here comes Neptune, June 23rd. So this is 2 days after the new moon. It's early in the moon cycle. Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces. So this is the third eye chakra really centering itself in a moment of transcendence and going inward. So we've exposed a collective karmic debt of the oppression of our, Black communities specifically is what we're talking about now. And we're sitting with that truth, right? That's what this Neptune retrograde, which, let's be grateful it's here to join the other really dense planets in Capricorn. It helps us to go inward and get a sense of insight. So insight is this truth. It is non-judgmental, but just sitting with the truth, and from there you know what to do. From there you can be present, because you're not running from what is. Okay, so that's what we have happening collectively. And there's an awakening that's happening on a bigger scale, because we're going to have, even though Saturn right now is retrograding into Capricorn, it will return to Aquarius at the end of this year. So December 17th, Saturn is direct again in Aquarius. And people who were born like 1991 to 1996 have their Saturns on a personal level, like from when they were born. Saturn was in Aquarius, or Saturn was in Pisces. And these are the end of a cycle. They're the 11th and 12th zodiac signs. So think about all that has happened to get us up to here, right? The computer, the cell phone, the internet, all this sharing of information to give people a chance to sit with this truth. And so those people born 1991 to 1996, starting next year, 2021, will start turning 30. When you turn 30, at some point, Saturn does its first return. That's how long it takes for Saturn to do one revolution, to return to where it was at the moment of your birth. And the first time you're establishing your root chakra, you're 0 to 7 years old. You are not in control. And that's why you acquire all this karma from your parents. You are your mom. You are your dad. But you are also neither one of them. You are your whole self. So then when you are 30, now you've had time to develop. And you are in control. And you can redevelop your root chakras, like a coming of Saturn. And the Aquarians and the Pisces groups are kind of coming of age for the next 6 years. Let's get back to the present, okay? I want to talk about the heart chakra. Skip to Venus, which is a personal planet now, right? We've got all this collective shift and insight happening in our outer planets, and at our heart, which brings us centered, it's been retrograding in Gemini, but June 25th it returns direct. So that's still early in the moon cycle too, and our heart finds its center in Gemini. So this is a non-dualistic, expressive, because Gemini is connected to the throat chakra as well, this non-dualistic, expressive energy. So we can always find our center at the heart. And then zooming in closer, Mars, which is our assertion, our energy for action, has been direct and been in Pisces for a while. So that's what has people fighting for those who can't fight for themselves, right? It's why people felt so moved to act about George Floyd's death, where, you know, he couldn't fight for himself. And it was a story that's been told too many times. And people were sparked to action. On June 27th, still early in the moon cycle, the Mars energy, which connects to our solar plexus, is going to move into Aries. Aries is very clear and it's close to home. This is really centering up your solar plexus in a strong, personal, powerful energy. So this moon cycle, on a personal level, you have a really strong solar plexus power energy. And then a step lower in our sacral chakra, which connects to the zodiac sign Cancer, which is this season, is really, really strong. This is the strongest energy you have this moon cycle. So the start of the moon cycle, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd, we have a Cancer stellium with the Sun, Moon, and Mercury. The Sun and Mercury are in Cancer the full moon cycle. Mercury starts in retrograde, and it returns direct. But that happens pretty frequently. The energy of the sacral chakra is very strong. So this is our sensitivity, our emotions. And as this collective awakening is happening, later in the moon cycle, we have a really strong alignment where the sun is opposite Pluto on July 15th, and then the sun is opposite Saturn a couple days later, July 20th. So that's to say your life's purpose is going to have really come to a realization that transformation is necessary, and that your life's purpose is going to totally shift at a root and foundational level. So as people are awakening to this new insight and internalizing that, there's a realization that you have a bigger part to play, right? You have a soul purpose, and the only way you can hear it is to be present here in the now and to listen to yourself. And as the Cancer sacral chakra energy is very, very strong this moon cycle, what you can do is listen to your desires, to your emotions, and to what brings you pleasure. These are stemmed from passion at the heart. So this is in alignment with your true self, and that's how you can bring about the most change to the collective. Right? We need to stop grouping people into what is successful and what is not, and come to what we truly are, because that balances itself. That is all of the planets that we've went through, from outer to inner. And we can call on really our strongest energies are here in the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the third eye. Collectively, our third eyes are opening, and we're going to have a mass awakening for the next 6 years. But for this moon cycle, this next month, you can focus your energy by listening to your desires, your passions, which come from the heart, and using your own power, allowing yourself to make really drastic quantum changes, right? To align your legacy, your work with this new earth that we are all creating collectively right here, right now. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That is the #1 way you can support me. And thank you so much for watching. I love you. Namaste.